How often do we think about the social issues that are shaping our present and future in the United States? From the burden of student loan debt to the widening gap of income inequality, these issues are far-reaching, deeply ingrained and interconnected. They touch various aspects of our lives, influencing not only our individual experiences, but also the very fabric of our society. Healthcare access, affordable housing, voting rights, reproductive rights, book bans, and LGBTQ+ discrimination are but a few examples of these pressing matters. Together, let us delve into some of these pressing issues. Imagine a burden so heavy that it weighs down the dreams of millions of young people. This is the reality of student loan debt in the US. The total student debt has spiraled into an astounding $1.75 trillion, with the average borrower shouldering close to $29,000. This monumental debt isn't just an individual burden, it sends ripples through our economy, affecting everything from home ownership to retirement savings. The implications of this crisis extend far beyond personal finances, infiltrating every facet of life for those affected. Student loan debt is more than a financial issue. It's a social issue that stifles the potential of our future generations. In a society that champions the American dream, why is income inequality increasing? It's a question that's been echoing across the nation. The top 1% have seen their wages skyrocket by almost 180%, while the bottom 90% have seen a mere 28% rise. This growing disparity isn't just about dollars and cents. It impacts social mobility, standard of living, and societal harmony. When the rich keep getting richer and the poor poorer, it creates a divide that's hard to bridge. Income inequality challenges the very idea of the American dream. Healthcare and housing, two basic human needs, have turned into two of the biggest social issues in the US. Access to healthcare should be a given, yet 1 in 10 adults in the US is burdened with medical debt. The system is expensive and inadequate, leaving many unable to afford necessary treatments. Turning our attention to housing, it's a distressing fact that almost half of Americans struggle to find affordable housing in their communities. A home should be a haven, not a financial burden. Yet, for too many, it's a constant source of stress and hardship. These issues are not just about numbers and statistics. They're about people's lives, their well-being, and their ability to live with dignity. They're about single parents deciding between medication or meals, about families living in cars, because rent is too steep. When basic necessities become luxuries, it's time to question our social fabric. Rights are the pillars of a democratic society, but in the US, voting rights, reproductive rights, and LGBTQ+ rights are under siege. Voting, the cornerstone of democracy, is facing new challenges. In the past year alone, over 30 laws restricting access to voting have been passed in almost 20 states. These laws create barriers for citizens, particularly those in marginalized communities, to exercise their right to vote, threatening the very essence of democratic participation. Reproductive rights, too, are under threat. The Supreme Court is considering the possibility of overturning the landmark Roe v. Wade ruling. This development could result in a significant rollback of reproductive rights, affecting millions of women across the country. The potential overturn of Roe v. Wade symbolizes a wider threat to personal freedoms and the right to make choices about one's own body. The plight of the LGBTQ+ community cannot be overlooked either. Discrimination has escalated, with harmful rhetoric and discriminatory laws adding to the challenges faced by this community. The use of derogatory terms and the passing of laws that restrict the rights of LGBTQ+ individuals are stark examples of this growing issue. These struggles and developments are not just about voting, reproductive or LGBTQ+ rights. They are about personal freedoms, equal treatment under the law, and the very values that form the bedrock of a democratic society. We must remember, the fight for rights is not just a fight for one group or another, it's a fight for the soul of our society. The fight for rights is a fight for the soul of our society. As we have seen, the social issues in the US are multifaceted and deeply rooted. From the crushing weight of student loan debt to the widening chasm of income inequality, the fabric of American society is being stretched thin. Our healthcare system, while advanced, is failing those who cannot afford its high costs. Affordable housing, a basic necessity, has become a challenge for nearly half of the population. Our very rights, too, are under siege. Voting rights have seen significant restrictions, threatening the bedrock of democracy. Reproductive rights are on shaky ground, with the potential overturn of landmark rulings. And the LGBTQ+ community faces escalated discrimination, with harmful rhetoric and laws infringing on their rights. These issues are interconnected, each one affecting and amplifying the others, creating a web of social challenges that impact us all. But remember, they are not abstract concepts. They are the lived realities of millions, affecting day-to-day lives and shaping futures. These social issues are not just statistics, they are the lived realities of millions. It's time we take a step towards understanding, addressing, and resolving them.